Hey YouTube, this is HeKnowsHisSport bringing you that heat and that fire. Well, today I want to talk about my NBA Finals prediction, the Golden State Warriors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. And to be honest with you guys, I think that the Golden State Warriors are going to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in 5 games in the NBA Finals. And I'm going to allude to that and I'm going to tell you my reasons. But first and foremost, I'm going to tell you the reason why I believe these teams are going to make it to the NBA Finals. Well, on the Cavaliers side, there's no team in the East. I mean, let's be honest. Go look at all of the teams in the East and ask yourself one question. Is there a team in the East that could legitimately beat the Cavaliers to make it to the NBA Finals out of the Eastern Conference? And if you can't come up with a yes, and you have a shred of doubt in your mind, then you've already answered your question. Because trust me, I've played these scenarios in my mind over and over again. The team that I think that can give the Cleveland Cavaliers the closest and toughest competition, but even then they won't win the series, probably push it to 6 or 7 games, is the Chicago Bulls. Because of the fact that they have a superstar of the high order of a Dwayne Wade. This is why I think that they can push it 6 or 7 games. But other than that, they're not going to win that series. The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to make it to the NBA Finals from the Eastern Conference. They got an emerging superstar in Kyrie Irving. He's only getting better and better. And, when you have a confidence builder like the performance that he had in the NBA Finals, the way that he did, making those clutch baskets, the way that he did in those key games down the stretches, I don't know. A guy like that, plus the Olympic experience that he just had too, on top of that, I think that those things put him over the top, and they're going to make him to be a force to be reckoned with. Of course, you got LeBron James. We all know what his resume is. We all know what he brings to the table. And the other guys, I think Kevin Love is going to make noise this year. He's going to, he's going to have something to say for those people that have been doubting him offensively. Matter of fact, he already had in a performance. He had 34 points in the first quarter. So he's already starting to make noise to let everyone know that, hey, I am the offensive player that I once was on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Don't forget. Lest you forget, lest I'm going to have to remind you. So I think with that, I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are primed to come out of the East. I think their only issue is it's more of an internal thing. I think they have to deal with their inner demons more than anything. Guys like J.R. Smith is worrisome. The man just made $15 million a year. You can see why the Cleveland Cavaliers were hesitant to pay him all of that money. Now he got that money. He's playing like somebody who doesn't know the game of basketball, who's lethargic, who has this mentality like, oh, I'm just going to chill. I'm going to rest on my laurels. There's more to be done, so I think the hunger should still be there, especially with you getting a contract like that. You should want to show people why you deserve to make $15 million a year. And then a guy like, Tristan Thompson, he got Khloe Kardashian problems. I think that guy needs to really seriously focus on the game of basketball and focus on, the serious threat that the Golden State Warriors can possess and become, and be back to what he was before. Last year, we were talking about this guy being a borderline Dennis Rodman. He needs to return back to form on that. Now, on the Golden State Warriors side, the reason why I think they're going to be over the top is, they got a guy like Kevin Durant. I mean, Kevin Durant is a top 3 player. They got Stephen Curry, another top 3 player. They got Klay Thompson, a guy who scored 60 points in 29 minutes. They got Draymond Green. This guy right here is obviously going to be the defensive player of the year this time around. No offense, Kawhi Leonard, but I got Draymond Green this time around. I feel like his defensive intensity this year is on a higher level than yours. The only team that I feel that's going to give the Golden State Warriors problems is the San Antonio Spurs. But even them, I don't feel that they're going to beat them, especially with them not having Tim Duncan anymore. I don't feel like they have that it factor, that aura that Tim Duncan used to give them. Yeah, Tim Duncan wasn't the player of his prime years, but he had this it factor that put the team over the top. This fundamental way about him that just made the San Antonio Spurs a team to be reckoned with. But I don't feel that they're going to be a threat, and that's why I feel the Golden State Warriors are going to play against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals. And I got the Warriors winning in 5 games. This is HeKnowsHisSport. Checking out.